Think you know what really happens when the palace doors slam shut and the cameras turn off? For years, the world thought Sarah Ferguson and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's daughters were just quiet, innocent bystanders escaping their family's massive downfalls. But a jaw-dropping expose from a royal insider who dealt with them behind closed doors has just shattered that entire illusion, revealing a side to Beatrice and Eugenie that the public was never supposed to see. A newly uncovered financial bombshell is about to flip this entire story on its head and change how you view the royal family forever. Welcome back to the channel. If you love diving deep into the dark, hidden secrets the palace desperately tries to bury, you are in the right place. The polished, smiling images of the York sisters plastered across the global media are a total lie. While the public has spent years slamming Beatrice and Eugenie as overly privileged, naive, or completely out of touch, the real story unfolding deep within the private palace corridors tells a fundamentally different tale. It is a reality that former royal staff members have kept quiet about for nearly a decade, until now. The truth about how these sisters operate when the public isn't watching has finally leaked out, and it has completely blindsided the royal household. For years, insiders say the palace staff has witnessed behaviors that never make the evening news. Unlike other high-ranking family members who famously treat the help like invisible phantoms, Beatrice and Eugenie reportedly broke every unspoken rule in the royal playbook. Former royal butler Grant Harold, who served within the inner circle for years, recently exposed the exact details of what happened in those quiet, hidden corridors when no cameras were rolling. He revealed that the sisters did something highly unusual for royals of their rank. They actually looked the staff in the eye, remembered their names, and treated them with deep, genuine respect. While other royals demanded a cold, mandatory distance, Eugenie made a point of stopping for unscripted conversations, always using her pleases and thank yous with a warmth that left the household absolutely stunned. But this surprisingly grounded reputation isn't just a heartwarming detail. It hides a much darker, growing pressure. It reveals two young women who are deeply desperate for normal human connection, because their own family dynamic is completely fracturing. As their parents' scandalous history continues to dominate global headlines, the psychological toll on the sisters has reached an absolute breaking point. Reports suggest that behind closed doors, Eugenie has frequently struggled to reconcile fierce family loyalty with the crushing weight of public expectation. Insiders claim she is entirely driven by deep emotion rather than cold, calculated strategy, a trait that close friends say has repeatedly backfired on her within the ruthless environment of the royal court. This emotional loyalty means she leads with her heart, fiercely protecting her family, even when it ruins her own public image. Yet, just as these warm staff accounts began to leak out and challenge the media's harsh narrative, a ruthless new threat emerged from the very top of the family hierarchy. A silent war was being plotted against them from within their own bloodline, driven by a prince who values strategy over emotion. And the future king was about to deliver an ultimatum that would shatter their lives forever. Prince William is quietly preparing a ruthless purge of the royal family, and Beatrice and Eugenie are directly in the crosshairs. For months, rumors indicate that the future king has been mapping out a highly restrictive blueprint for the monarchy's future. It is a plan driven by cold efficiency, leaving absolutely no room for non-working royals who expect palace perks without doing the heavy lifting. While the public views William as a stabilizing force, sources close to him reveal he is ready to look under the hood of the entire institution, determined to eliminate anything that threatens the survival of the crown. This isn't just about streamlining the monarchy. It is a deeply personal, ideological clash. Insiders claim that William has grown increasingly conscious of how the public perceives family members living under highly favorable terms while the rest of the country struggles. While he reportedly possesses a degree of sympathy for what his cousins have endured due to their parents' chaotic headlines, business is business. The days of floating by on a royal title are officially over. Yet, the real friction between William and the York sisters runs far deeper than just public relations, stretching into a territory that the palace considers an act of ultimate betrayal. For years, Eugenie has quietly operated as a rogue agent within her own family. Reports suggest she was one of the very last bridges connecting Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to the rest.
Did you have a champion? Obviously you've had your wonderful teachers, but did you have a sibling or a parent or anybody in the family that really championed your strengths?
My family and I are incredibly close. So I would say that all throughout our lives, we've been able to go through everything with humor and with joy. And my mum really instilled that. She's been through so much in her life, and I find her one of the most inspirational characters of joy and humor. Even recently, with everything she's been going through, she still finds the time to be self-deprecating and joyful about sort of changing her life and what she needs to do. And for me at that time, it was sort of like, oh no, this is, we'll just do this another way. Of course we'll do it another way. And inspiring that in me really has sort of created that methodology for life. And I think champions and role models really do play such an important role to make sure that you know that what you see in the world you can achieve.
Yeah, and I think parents can have such a big impact, because when you're really struggling at school and your self-worth is through the floor, just a few words focusing on your strengths can just make all the difference, can't it?
Hi Eugenie, how you doing? Have you spoken to your dad since his arrest?
No, I've got someone.
What about your mother? Have you spoken to your mother? Any idea where she is?
The latest Epstein news, because we can't stop talking about that, is that Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York and wife to former Prince Andrew, has been stripped of her honor of the freedom of the city of York. This was by a unanimous vote to strip her of this honor that she was given back in 1987. So still, Europe, the UK, continues to hold those involved with Epstein in any way, shape, or form accountable. They are the ones launching major investigations, and they are the ones taking this very seriously. While here in the United States, Pam Bondi continues the cover-up. Todd Blanche continues the cover-up. And no one is releasing information still of the other 14 targets of a multi-agency investigation in the Epstein files of those companies, individuals engaged in money laundering, sex trafficking, and drug trafficking. Still haven't seen or heard who these people are. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like, share, spread the word, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you back here for the 411.
Photographs have surfaced of Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice on a pub outing with some friends over the weekend, and that group included noted Meghan Markle hater Piers Morgan. I'm not even gonna mince my words on this one. The photos were taken by Backgrid, which probably means that somebody in the group knew that they were being papped. Could have been anyone calling them. James Blunt was there, Piers Morgan, the two princesses. They spent a lot of time outside this pub just horsing around, and while it seems like Princess Eugenie, who is expecting her second child, departed before everyone else, Princess Beatrice spent a lot of time on the sidewalk. And in the course of that period of time, she was photographed hugging Piers Morgan. I'm not sure that I need to remind you, but Piers Morgan has pretty much made his living stirring shit about Meghan and Harry for the past couple years. So to see one of Meghan Markle's in-laws not only refusing to disavow him, but actively embracing him, it's really disheartening, I will say, just on a we are all people kind of level. And I'm sure that the Daily Mail loves that they got to publish these photos, as it kind of draws battle lines between the London branch of the family and Harry and Meghan. Sussex fans love Princess Eugenie. She seems to be the one of the royal cousins that is closest with Harry and Meghan, but this is gonna cause division. And look, if you asked people like Princess Beatrice, like Camilla, who is also friendly with people like Piers and Jeremy Clarkson, I'm sure they would tell you something along the lines of Piers is a great guy, all the outrage is just performative, just to sell papers, just to get ratings up. That's a thing these days, right? Politicians, pundits, pundits manufacturing outrage and doing performative displays of anger to rile up their audience and get their ratings up. If you're ever tempted to use that argument yourself to say it's just a talk show, it's just a tabloid, no one actually takes this seriously, you're forgetting that impact matters more than intent. And I'm just gonna leave you with these really raw, I think, words from Meghan during their Netflix documentary.
You are making people want to kill me. It's not just a tabloid. It's not just some story. You are making me scared. That's real. Are my babies safe? And you've created it for what? Because you're bored, or because it sells your papers, or it makes you feel better about your own life? It's real what you're doing. And that's the piece I don't think people fully understand.